Hello guys, Zach here with a BlackForest game today, something that I rarely do, and I saw this one on AOC Zone earlier. I thought, you know what, I'm going to do a BlackForest game, and I had a quick search and found this here game, and it should be a good one. I do hope so. Who have we actually got? Well, in red we have Il Fenomeno. I kind of think like Geronimo, but Fenomeno. He's playing as Byzantines up to the top right of the map. His opponent, his teammate, because this is actually a 2v2 as well, which is another thing which I don't really do that often. But his teammate is Roar, which is Rulers of Rome. Jon Snow in green, playing as Aztecs up to the top left of the map. And you probably know or recognize the name Jon Snow from the arena games that I've shown you. It appears that he is a BlackForest player as well, though I probably think he plays less BlackForest. I can't say for sure, but I do know that he plays quite a bit of arena. Already a little bit of a scuffle over here as Fenomeno tries to wall, and purple player Archer Zero here, _0, he actually pushes him back. We'll go check up on that in just a moment. So on the opposing team to Jon Snow and Fenomeno, we do have in purple Archer _0, I'll just call him Archer, as a Mongols down to the bottom right, and his teammate RVK Jed1, I guess that's supposed to mean Jedi, playing as Goths down to the bottom left. But up here we have a scuffle for walling, and this is usually the case in BlackForest, where people are trying to wall and they want to get the wall as far forwards as they possibly can, so they have lots of fights with their villagers, and things get a bit hairy at the very start of the game. Villager warring is probably the earliest form of combat you could possibly do, and it looks like Fenomeno is just going to get that wall up a little bit, so Archer is going to be stuck slightly inside. It's not such a big deal. He's going to complete his wall off here, I imagine, and then he's going to secure this stone and gold as well. That is why you would rather wall on the opposite side, so you can actually gain control of these resources. On this side we have again a little bit more of a scuffle with villagers between blue and green, and on this side they're already all completely walled. And in complete pro matches, I think I've watched Nola play some BlackForest. I rarely even see him wall, and they all just kind of play like it's Arabia but on BlackForest, which is kind of fun still. And that was nice. Archer managed to take out a villager from Fenomeno, and Fenomeno is going to lose his scout as well. A very nice start from Archer there, though he did send 3 villagers over and they're not working. They're going to get that wall up, and they're going to make sure he is safe. And blue doing a kind of cool idea here, walling off the gap between his teammates, Fenomeno and Jon Snow. If he creates a wall here, that means that the teammates can't send stuff between each other. They can't reinforce each other unless they break the wall down first, which is always a little bit of a pain in the neck. And 2 villagers and a eagle warrior over this side, having a bit of a fight as well, but it looks like Jedi is going to move back and complete his wall. So I'm going to speed things up, because the usual strategies for BlackForest, as I'm sure many of you know, is to go for a bit of a boom and see how it goes. So it's unusual to see people advancing before 27 pop. And they'll usually go 27 pop and then fast castle. Though this is well, I don't know if it's a pro game. I know some of these players are rated 2k, but I think they're probably more like arena players. But they will be perhaps going for something a little bit different. And as we can see at the moment, everyone's a little bit neck and neck on 14 pop, apart from Jon Snow, who's on 16. Everyone else is fairly close together. Archer Zero there, managing to steal 2 sheep from Fenomeno, and that's kind of cool. He's going to be stopping him from gathering from these 2 sheep by hiding them in the corner somewhere, I imagine. And that is always a little bit of a nightmare if you can't find your sheep. I know if I don't find a boar, it throws me off so badly. So Fenomeno losing his 2 sheep up this side as Archer steals them, and he's got his scout inside of Fenomeno's base as well. Of course, Fenomeno did lose his scout, and it's important to remember that BlackForest is played on explored mode, so if I click Fog of War, it doesn't actually change anything. We can't see a player's point of view with the Fog of War on. It just doesn't work like that, unfortunately. Archer, his second boar, and I'm going to keep things speeding on up as we wait until we get up to the Feudal Age. Not really a hell of a lot going on. Not really a lot I can tell you about these players either, unfortunately. One thing I can say though is that there is a tournament in the works, and there will be a very new tournament shortly. It will be announced within the coming weeks on AOC Zone. I will keep you posted with that, and believe me when I tell you, it's something to get excited about. I'm not going to say anything else just yet, other than the fact that there is going to be a tournament of sorts coming up very shortly between the top players. So that's something to keep your eye out for and something to look forward to. And Archer Zero pushing forwards now with how many villagers? A hell of a lot of villagers right there. He's up into Feudal Age quite early. He's actually gone up on 20 pop, and he's going to go for a Trush. That is kind of an unusual strategy, and that is quite cool as well. He's going to put a watchtower up at the back. He's going to put a watchtower up at the front, and I think Il Phenomeno knows what's going on. He's going to have to try and wall himself in against the towers that are going to be made. And Archer with a lot of villagers going to stone right now. He's hardly got any food collection villagers at all. In fact, once he's made these 2 villagers and gone to berries, he's going to really struggle to keep his villager production going. But he is looking to get super aggressive and get right inside of Archer Zero's base. Sorry, not Archer Zero's base, Phenomeno's base. Going forwards with these watchtowers, going to break down through his walls, and he's going to keep the pressure on. And this is why. You don't always have to wall and boom. You can actually break through if you go for a Trush, and something probably that Phenomeno wasn't expecting. He's going to go here. He's going to prevent him from gathering from the berries. That's going to slow down his feudal time, not to mention he has 2 of his sheep up this side. And also, he's going to keep building towers. He's going to get right on in there and harass everything. He's going to prevent Phenomeno from gathering much stone here. He's going to put another tower up and try and break through the walls, I imagine. And he's going through on this side as well. Phenomeno really caught off guard here, and Phenomeno really going to struggle, I think, in actually defending so much against this. I think Archer should probably try and break through these walls, which he is going to do. And if he breaks through, he may put up another tower. He's got even more stone at the moment, and he's got a lot of villagers on stone still. He's continuing to make villagers, though at a slower rate, as he really doesn't have that much resources. He's going all in on this, and it may just pay off for him. We'll have to see. Another watchtower going up on this stone right here. How much stone has Il Phenomeno got? Well, he's got 309. Why is he not making a watchtower? He could put one up in defense and really slow Archer down. But Archer is going to continue to build these watchtowers up here. He's getting 2 right on here, which does mean that he will prevent Phenomeno from gathering stone and gold at this position. He may even be able to break, well, he will for sure be able to break through these walls also. Oh, really nicely done there, using the tower to actually hop over rather than actually just bothering to break through the walls. Coming in once again, another watchtower going up on this location here. That's in range, I believe, of the town centre, or one range out. Nope, it's in range, and he'll be able to prevent him from getting farms up. He's going to continue to push forwards. He's building a watchtower again on the right hand side. If he can prevent Phenomeno from gathering gold at this location, then Phenomeno is going to struggle going castle, and Phenomeno only just going up to the feudal age right now on 39 population, but still it's going to be very hard for him to actually really do much with this many towers around. He's going to break down this wall once again. He's preventing him once again from gathering gold, and really nice start from Archer. Phenomeno going for some fishing ships on this little lake here, fishing with shorefish. He's doing what he can to keep himself in the game. He's moved his wood camps over onto this side of the map, and Archer is continuing to pile the pressure on, whilst Phenomeno makes a mess of walls all over the map. Look at this, it's just absolutely ugly, and look at the mini-map as well. It's just like a smudge of purple and red all over the map. That is not looking good at all. And Archer again with more watchtowers, continuing to go forwards, and he is going to have quite a bit of resource, sorry, not much resource at all, but he has got enough resource to continue making villages, continue building farms, and keep himself just going, just ticking over at his base whilst he's attacking with all of these villagers at the front. He's even going as far as to wall Phenomeno's resources, stonewall them at that as well, which does mean that Phenomeno is really going to have a hard time getting back at this gold. And that is never a good thing, managing to pick off villagers all over as well. And now Jedi, after reaching the castle age, coming in with some knights, he may be able to do a lot of damage down to these villagers gathering wood down here. And if Jedi continues to send knights over, it looks like he is doing, he's sending 2, 3 over, and if he continues to send them, then he is going to be able to do even more damage to Phenomeno. Phenomeno looking very much down, but certainly not out. And I just realised the scores weren't updating. Oh, Phenomeno with a very quick house nice wall there, and that is nice. He is going to prevent Jedi from actually getting in with those knights just by walling with houses there. That was a very quick reaction and very nicely done. A very useful wall and a very well, he's very much able to keep Jedi out for the time being. Phenomeno, though, well, he's only just got to feudal, but he has actually got enough resources to go up to the castle age. He has just managed to get enough gold, he's just got enough food, and he's got lots of wood available to him. So if he was actually to go and castle right now, he could build another 2 town centres and get his boom on. But he has got to worry about Jedi's knights coming through, and he has got a lot of pressure right on in his base. Archer at the back getting out some wood collecting villagers at the back over here with his lumber camp, and he too will be looking to work on his economy for the time being. He's really set Phenomeno back, and though the scores would indicate that Archer isn't actually that far ahead at this situation, look how much resources Phenomeno's had to spend on walls, look how much time his villagers have been wasted, and just look at just general chaos in his base. On this side, though, we do have a very big wall off, and these guys are going to make sure that no one is going to be getting through. Again, on this side as well, a huge wall off from both blue and purple, and they are going to make sure that this is secure. Jon Snow, of course, is playing as Aztecs, so there's really not a great deal that he can do in the Castle Age. He's probably going to be looking to go up to the Imperial Age pretty soon, so that he can actually do some damage with elite eagle warriors. That is probably the most likely situation. And a quick tower going up here. Archer was going to try and get his tower up and tower this wood, and if he managed to do that, that would be a huge loss for Phenomeno. But Phenomeno reacted in time. He's got his tower up himself, and he is going to try and take out this tower from Archer. Now, Archer would have been cool if he'd have made lots of watchtowers around his town centre and took his town centre out, and that would have been awesome, but probably not so viable. Another tower going up on the left, but Phenomeno again realising what's happening and going to get that one up before Archer can get his up. But again, pushing through with the Knights, Jedi going to be able to take down this house. There is a house behind it, but he could take that down very quickly. He should just take it down, but this village is repairing it, and this watchtower right here is doing a pretty good job at the moment. He has got fletching, whereas Archer does not have fletching, so his tower is going to go down faster, unfortunately. And what a start to the game, hey? Phenomeno really getting caught off guard, and a lot going on in his base. Jon Snow now, though, advancing up to the Imperial Age. His teammate is seriously hurt, but if he can reach Imperial and spam out those elite eagle warriors, then he may just be in the situation where he can come back and take this. It's going to be tough, but let's bear in mind Jedi here is playing as Goths, so Goths likely to make Huskars, and Eagle Warriors and Jaguar Warriors absolutely rip through Huskars, so he's kind of got the advantage in that sense. Archer Zero playing as Mongols. Well, Mongols, they're going to be fairly decent, but if they go for their unique unit, they're not going to be so effective against the Eagle Warriors, as Eagle Warriors do have 10 pierce armor, I believe, once they are fully up. No, not 10, 6 or no, 8 pierce armor, I believe, when they're fully upgraded. So Mongol Mangudai not going to be able to do so much either, and bear in mind Archer here is going to be very slowed down due to his push. He's only just reaching castle now, but Jon Snow will be Imperial in just a moment, as he will be rocking on his eco at the back over here. Jedi, I imagine, will be going Imperial fairly soon as well. He's got a lot of gold, but not much food. He's continuing to boom for the time being, but once he slows down his villager production, he will be able to get up to the Imperial Age very quickly indeed. But Jon Snow already Imperial. I can guarantee to you right now he'll be getting blacksmith upgrades once he can afford them, and more importantly the elite eagle warrior upgrade right here. He's got some rams already built, and he'll be looking to push straight back over and reclaim some of Phenomeno's base. That would help him out incredibly. Archer just reaching the castle age right now. I don't know if he's going to go for a fast Imperial. He's going for a university right here. He may decide to get ballistics, or he may just decide to get up to the Imperial Age as quickly as he can, though it's going to be a little while before he can actually manage that. And as you can see, a hell of a lot of walls. That is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 tiles of wall there. Probably about the same on this side as well. Absolutely insane. They are very intent on not letting Jon Snow get through. But of course, Jon Snow is playing as Aztecs. He does have access to siege rams. He's already upgrading to capture ram. And he may just break through here given enough time. But I imagine Jedi will probably make some mangonels in order to combat the rams, perhaps. Can't say for sure, but I think that's what's going to happen. And wow, Archer even walling over on this side as well. What an absolute mess over here, eh? It looks so bad, but Phenomeno really sort of prevented from gathering a lot of resources. In fact, his economy is just almost non-existent right here, which is really not so good for him. But Jon Snow now pushing out with the Elite Eagle Warriors. They have 6 pierce armor currently, 9 plus 1 attack, and they are probably going to go and head straight on over to the villagers gathering wood on this side. I don't see why he wouldn't, and kind of a little bit of a wasted wall from Archer there, because that didn't do anything. There's a hole in it, so he's going to lose his villagers on this side. Not such a big deal for him, but very, very quickly killed off. And Elite Eagle Warriors are one of the most perfect raiding units. They have such high pierce armor, very high attack. They can kill villagers in just 2 hits, or 3 hits I believe, something like that. But when there's a lot of them, it doesn't really matter anyway. They're going to get straight in there and do a lot of damage if they can run into your eco. So they've got to be very careful to wall now. Archer going to throw up some walls at the back, and he does not want to let Jon Snow get through at all. That would be terrible for him. And finally, as we can see, Phenomeno actually starting to get some buildings up and get his economy back in shape as he regains control of some of his base. The Elite Eagle Warriors starting to be massed up now as well. Jon Snow, I believe... Oh no, just capture rams. I thought maybe he would have had siege rams at the moment. Jedi, there we go with the mangonel, and he's going to start battering his way through there. And of course, Jedi and Archer really cannot do a lot until they actually get up to the Imperial Age. There's not much you can actually make at Castle that can really hold off a big swarm of Elite Eagle Warriors. So they really want to stop Jon Snow from getting through before he does so much damage. He's starting to clear things up in Phenomeno's base, and there we go with 8 pierce armor right there. I think that's the final upgrade for them, and they are going to be formidable at dealing with archer units, and they will be able to kill off Huskarls as well if Jedi decides to make that. Going up with a market now as well. They're going to get their trade going. They want to keep their gold coming in, and there is a lot of gold still left on the map, but it's always a good idea to get trade going around this time, just so you can make sure that you've got a strong enough trade for when the gold does eventually run out. You should aim to get about 40 trade cards in this kind of matchup. And now Jon Snow really starting to push through on Archer's side of the map, and he's going to go through with the siege rams. He's got a lot of Eagle Warriors behind, and Archer desperately trying to wall this up. I think Jon Snow may just be able to get through. Actually, he's getting through very quickly. Excuse me, I've only just woken up, so I'm still a little bit yawny. But Jon Snow, of course, being able to do splash damage to these fortified walls. This wall is too thick, but he's going to get through it extremely quickly, and that means that Archer is at a very huge risk here. Jon Snow can break through extremely quickly indeed, but Archer is going to continue to wall up and just keep him at bay for the time being. Jedi coming, so sending over some villagers to Archer's side. He's going to put up some military production buildings, I imagine, to help protect Archer against against Jon Snow in this situation. And Jedi is now up to the Imperial Age, of course, and so is Archer. He's clicking up just now. And Jedi making the hand cannoneer and the bombard cannon. That is a good unit choice to go for. The hand cannoneers will shred through the they shred through any infantry, and that makes them extremely effective at dealing with Eagle Warriors and Jaguar Warriors. At the moment, Jon Snow is only making Eagle Warriors, but if these guys come under fire from a lot of hand cannoneers, they will get absolutely cut through, and that will not be good for him. But Jedi actually deciding to make barracks on this side, creating some elite Huskarls as well. Not really sure why he's deciding to make some Huskarls here. Perhaps he's going to try and attempt to run through and take out Phenomeno's base, but either way, Huskars will die to elite Eagle Warriors. If we have a look at the stats on these guys, Huskars, they do have less attack because they're not upgraded at the moment. The Eagle Warriors with 17 attack right there, the Huskar with only 12. Yes, they have 10 more HP, but they have only 1 pierce armor right now, and Jon Snow has 3 melee armor on his Eagle Warriors. So the Huskars gonna be really short work of by the Eagle Warriors in this situation. But he's going to be able to hold him off for the time being, I'm sure, and they really just want to keep him busy until they can actually break through and do a lot of damage. Jedi moving forwards with these bombard cannons over this side. I think he needs a few more hand cannoneers to be really effective though, as he's going to need to really defend against a lot of elite Eagle Warriors in this situation. Archer just getting up to the Imperial Age himself right now, and he is going to be, well, what's he going to go for? He's Mongols, so he may go for a lot of siege. That would work quite well for him. A lot of siege would be good. He's got his mangonel right there as well, so he's going to try and take out these battering rams so they cannot get through the walls. That would be kind of useful to stop him from getting through. He's very, very close indeed. There's only one wall actually there stopping Jon Snow from getting through. And of course, if he does break through these walls, which he isn't actually going to do now, as this siege ram is going to die, if he was to break through, that could be game over for Archer. There's going to be very little he could actually do in order to stop a huge raid of Eagle Warriors in this situation. And this is funny, Phenomeno just getting some gold out of here as these fortified walls still stand, and he's trying to break them down with a battering ram. Of course, why would he not? And still a huge wall standing on the left, a huge wall standing in the middle. And Jedi starting to mass some Huskars on this side of the map. I want to see what he's going to go and do with them. I can't see he's going to be able to do that much. And Archer actually just made a hole in the wall right here, and it looks like Jedi is going to run through with his Eagle Warriors with his Huskars. Not sure what he's going to be able to do with them, as the Eagle Warriors are still kind of on the prowl. Where are they? They're all over on this right hand side, taking out these watchtowers from Archer on this side. But the Huskars are coming in, and they're going to go left. Go left. Yes, they've got to go left. There's no other way they can go. And they may be able to kill off quite a few villagers in this situation. They're hoping that Jon Snow is kind of gone. He's kind of finished poking around. And the Huskars going to try and pick off some villagers, really hurt Phenomeno's economy. And poor Phenomeno hardly been able to get into this game the entire time. Going to try and take down this town centre with them as well. And the Huskar is just so great at attacking buildings with 10 pierce armour. Why would they not be good at attacking buildings? They're insane. But in comes the elite Eagle Warriors from Jon Snow. You'll be able to see very shortly how good the elite Eagle Warriors are against the Huskars. Of course, the elite Eagle Warriors outmass them, but they are just going to shred through them totally. And I don't think he's going to even lose one Eagle Warrior in this situation. Oh no, he lost one over there. But the Huskars just getting absolutely cut to bits. Not really a lot they can do there at all. And this is nice. Jedi getting through into Jon Snow's base. He's got the bombard cannons behind. He's going to break through now. He's got the mangonels as well. He's got the hand cannoneer, and he's going to try and take down this castle as fast as he can. On this side, we do have barracks coming forward from Jedi. He's continuing to make elite Huskars, even though they're getting absolutely shredded by the Eagle Warriors. The problem is for Jon Snow that Huskars can be massed so easily as they produce so quickly from the barracks, and I think at the moment Archer not really even doing that much. He's just putting up defences, researching conscription, but as far as army is concerned, he's not really making much. Jedi going to take down this castle. He's got a lot of hand cannoneers on this side as well, and that is ideal. He's going to be able to really kill off any army that Jon Snow sort of sends through to where Jedi is attacking on this side. Elite Jaguar Warriors, even more of an overkill for the Huskars. Look at that, 20 attack for those guys, and a ridiculous amount, well, ridiculously more melee armor. So the elite Huskars up for a tough time, but Phenomeno resigning, and there goes the castle. It's only going to be one more bombard cannon until that goes down, and we missed it unfortunately. But Jedi with a huge, looks like onager hit on these hand cannoneers over on this side. That was a very nice hit indeed. All those hand cannoneers are gone, but I think Phenomeno realised that well, he was too far out of the game to really be useful to anyone, and he was starting to make hand cannoneers, but by the time he'd have actually got much of an army, Archer would have been on his doorstep. He's already starting to make elite Magi, as you can see, and I think Archer probably would have cleared things up. As far as everything else is concerned, well, Jedi would have been able to make more hand cannoneers on this side of the map. He would have been able to push through, and with his bombard cannons, start to take out the castles from Jon Snow as well. So I think Jon Snow really thought, well, I can't really take this 2v1, so I'm going to resign now and cut my losses and just call it there. So pretty good game. I really enjoyed the start of that. The end was a little bit anticlimactic, though they did do some pretty good raiding. I did like Archer Zero's attack at the very start with the walling and the watchtowers. I thought it was very effective. It really slowed Phenomeno down, and he never really got back into the game at all from that moment onwards. So nice little Black Forest tactic. Maybe you guys might want to try that. Could be good for you. We'll have to wait and see. And you can actually leave in the comments if you do use this tactic, and you can tell me if it worked out for you or not. It would be quite cool. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I've been Zach, and as usual, I will see you next time.